Have you ever questioned why is it that certain things come into your life, certain times, certain stages, and not at a different time? Why is it that I don't know what it is today? I've been thinking a lot about these dogs and thinking about the concept of them and thinking about what they're able to do for us as humans. But why is it that certain dogs come to us in our lives that we have it in us? We got this burning desire to like I got to help this dog out. I got to do something for him. I see him hurting, see him struggling, and they just looking at us like, hey, I know you can do something for me. Why is it that they come to us? My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr., and I was born July 4th, 1986. I don't know what it is, but something that just me working with dogs and doing a lot of stuff with dogs and working with people with their dogs that really gets me thinking a lot about which relationships I think are the best when I see these dogs. And just thinking about me and two of mine, or actually all of mine in reality, but especially two of them, and then watching this video a little bit ago and listening to these people talk about their dog today just really got it in me about the best relationships that I noticed to see with your dog, or the relationship when you see that dog and it's not even that you wanted one. It's not even that you were looking for it. You just you had to take it. You had no choice but to just you're coming with me. I don't care. In some cases, you take it knowing that even your significant other, your partner, your whoever relationship, your mom and dad are like, no, you can't have this dog. You're not bringing this to our house. Even though you know that they would say that, you still take it. You still have it in you that you just got to take this animal. It's something that I've just really come to realize. Like that's just from what I've seen, and I'd love for more people to just really just take a look at this with what it is you notice going on, especially if you're a trainer of dogs and you see them quite often. But the best relationships start off in the way of you just having no choice. You just think of it in your brain. I have no choice. I got to take this dog. I got to have it. It's coming with me. And I don't care that I don't even have a living situation for it. I don't care that I don't even know anything about them. But when you just looked at it and you're like, I'm taking this dog. Not that you were even looking for it, but the one that it just came to you. And I just wonder why it is that stuff like that comes to us. Why is it that these animals come to us in a way of needing our assistance in some sort of way? Well, because when I really think about it, I don't really look at it as a way of the dog needs me. But I take it in a way of I need the dog. And the dog is going to teach me something. The dog is going to show me something. The dog is going to give me something. And when you run into the situation when you just see that broken animal running down the street and you just like, I got to pick it up. And you take it to the shelter and you leave it there for a couple of days because you got to leave them there because you don't know if some dog that they lost it or whatever. But you just have it in you that you're taking it. I've had many of the dogs like that for my own self that they were the last one. And in reality, every dog I have, except my shadow man, which who I don't have the best relationship with compared to my other four. But especially my Oreo, my border collie, he was the last one. He was just in a way forgotten. No one wanted to pick him up. No one wanted to take him. He was a lot. You put your hand near him, he just wanted to bite you. He just wanted to jump all on you. He just wanted to bite you was the biggest thing. Very interesting that being the last one, I was like, I want that one. Because when I saw him, I was like, I want that one. I don't care that he just tried to bite my hand and did bite my hand. I was like, that's more of what I want. It makes me think a lot about, am I helping the dog? Or is the dog actually going to be able to do something to be able to help me? It's something I've just been thinking about, especially with my May. Come over here, girl. You can show your face. Come on, girl. My May. That's such a sweet, come on. Such a sweet, delicate, soft little baby. She's so soft. Come on up here, girl. Show your face for a second. She's so soft. She's so submissive, super submissive girl. And I saw her scared and nervous and worried. And I thought that I was going to come and help her out. But I've just come to realize, not that I have the best relationship with this dog, because I got to go with all of my dogs, but just the way that she is, and the way that I was talking about her today, just really put a lot in me to just think about. She saved me. She helped me. She gave me something to look forward to. She gave me something to do. She gave me something to focus on. She gave me something to help me out with a lot of issues that I had going on. So it just really makes me think a lot about these dogs that come to us. It could be a cat as well, but I just don't really see this in cats too often. I see this in dogs. That they come to us to help us out with something. It's something that I don't know what it is, but when I really come to thinking about my Bible and thinking about God, thinking about a devil type thing, I think the devil can control us as people. he can't control these animals. He may be powerful to be able to mess with us as human beings. He may have that in him. But he's not able to mess with these animals. These animals are such a very interesting thing that they're just extremely pure little things. That he may have a sway on some of them. But these ones that latch onto us, that work with us, that come to us, that please us, that hang with us, there's something about them that is out here to just help us, to do something for us, to provide something to let you know what you're struggling with and what you need some help with, that what you're good with that you need to keep on pursuing with, that with everything about everything going on with you. That is so incredible, because one thing I was really just talking about these dogs is how incredible they are, that they are still above what science is capable of doing with what it is they're able to find, smell, search out to do. Science is still nowhere near what these guys are capable of doing. How they can snip out cancers and snip out your diabetes so you good, snip out your migraines. We still don't have any sort of equipment that's anywhere near what the power and the capability of what these dogs are able to do. So a lot of times I just have it in me of just really knowing that these dogs come to us in a way of helping us and guiding us, because we're a little confused sometimes. They come to us to humble us and to teach us something about what it is that we need to start letting go. Because I know I got a story with every single one of these dogs that have came to me, except Shadow, which is weird, because I went there, I saw him, and I was actually the first one to pick the first one. He's just not the same. There's just not that passion of care, I want to say. His level of respect to me, even. Where all my other dogs that I found, that I helped them out, I calmed them down, I relaxed them, they had this sense of love that I don't know how to explain. That they really appreciate me in such a different way, because they were the last cause, the last of the last, the ones that no one else wanted, the ones that were forgotten, the ones that were just left behind. The ones that were left behind. Something powerful about that just really gets me super excited when I keep on being able to work with these dogs and doing what it is that I do with them. That someone might say to me, like, Mark, you got a lot of dogs, man. You got 5 dogs? Well, I got one for everything that I need, and one to give me everything that I need to take care of, and one to provide me with something to be able to help me out with what it is that I need help with. And sometimes just having one just doesn't do it. That you need to have some more, especially when you're able to take care of them and manage them and train them and treat them right. That they're able to. You come here, you wouldn't realize I had so many dogs. You really wouldn't. You would just fall in love with this one right here, because she's just so sweet. She's the sweetest dog. Not when I got her, though. But she taught me a lot about myself, about how to have more self-control, how to have more patience, how to be more willing, how to really just slow down, because sometimes I'm just moving too fast. How to just really have way more patience is, I feel like, the number one thing that this dog has really taught me a lot. That this dog here, May, she's taught me patience like nothing else could possibly do on this planet. She's taught me how to really just respect the power of what patience is able to bring to you in your life, and how to be able to really have a great life on this planet. She came to me extremely scared, extremely shut down, where at first I was feeling like I need to help her, that I need to do something for her, that I need to get her out of that. But in reality, it was me that was that way. It was me that was super shut down. It was me that was super scared. It was me that was super impatient. It was me that was unwilling to just really look upon these baby chicks just breaking out and they running up here. It's so cute. But me running out and looking at what it is that I needed to work on myself with. That this dog has done so much for me, that when the first day I saw her in a group of dogs. There was 60 or more. And I looked at her and I was like, please don't let that be the dog that gets assigned to me that I got to work with. That's going to be a handful. I already knew it up front. And sure enough, it was a dog that came to me. And then I saw her, I was working with her, and I had the opportunity to give her up, because they were like, hey, she's not working, she's not doing nothing, so give up on her and get another one. Something in me said, no, I don't want to do that. I want to keep on working with her, because there's something here. It's not just me helping her, it's her helping me. And it's something that I would want more and more people to just really look into your life about the things that come to you, especially these dogs that come to you. What are they helping you out with? What is it that they're driving you crazy with? Because that's the number one way that I would realize how they were helping me. Because I would see them do something, And I'm just like, I don't like that. That's irritating. That's frustrating. That's challenging. But then I come to realize the things that they were doing were the things that I needed to work on with myself. So instead of just ignoring it, instead of pushing it off to the side, instead of getting rid of it, I decided to put way more time and energy into it to figure out what it is to be able to get myself to be in a better place. And that's something that when I think about this concept with working with this animal, I think about that's how God is with us. And he is especially with me. And that's the way that Jesus really, really looks at me. It's something to keep on working on, to keep on going, to not give up, to be able to better myself. That he knows what's best. He knows what is most ideal. And he knows how to be able to get me there. And sometimes it doesn't look all that pretty to get there. But it still is in a way of helping us to be able to get there. It still is able to do that. And that's something that in my Bible I read a lot about, understanding Jesus and knowing Jesus and having a relationship with Jesus, knowing that that's the way to be able to get to God. Because God is not a human being, but Jesus was and is and forever will be, to be able to give me insight, give me understanding on how to be able to live on this planet. And it's something that I've seen while working with these animals, knowing that Jesus is God, but also man, knowing that he needs something from us, I'm going to say. Not in a way of you got to work to be able to get to his good graces, because we already have that without doing anything, but just believing and understanding, respecting, and just trying to tell as many other people about him as well. That there's something powerful behind that starts to really elevate your world, elevate your life. But just being able to be in a position to be able to understand that he's trying to help us. He's trying to guide us. He's trying to bring us something. That he came to us for a reason. That he didn't just show up. He ain't just the first pick. In reality, in most cases, I don't know why it is like this, but Jesus is the last pick. He's the last one on the line that you decide to go to try to find some help from. You kind of just push him off to the side and push him off to the side, push him off to the side, thinking, oh, this is going to help me. No, that's going to help me. No, this over here is going to help me. Actually, that's going to help me. Actually, my own self is going to help me. Actually, this is going to do better for me. And you just keep going down the line. And I just noticed this with a whole lot of people and a whole lot of testimonies that I hear and a whole lot of stories within the own Bible itself that kind of go on, that people are kind of at the last wits, the last thing to make a decision of, okay, now this is where it is. There's something to me that is kind of confusing and complicated, because it's hard to be able to explain to someone who isn't at the last ends to be able to understand who Jesus is, because they're just going to reject him, because they're like, no, actually this over here has been working for me. Until you exhaust all those things, it's very interesting how this world works and what it's all about, because it's like we're programmed to try everything else, everything else except for Jesus. It's like we've been programmed that since the day we were born. Since the day human beings in reality were born. We've been programmed that this over here is going to be better for you. You don't need God. That over there is going to be able to give you what you need. You don't need God. So it's like everything is being forced upon us to think that and believe that. But then there's the people that come in to just really starting to understand what he is and who he is and what he's all about, and just really get it in you to just know that he is the way. That he is the way to be able to get what you're looking for and get what you need. That being the last pick may be the most absolute blessing, because you come to have the most absolute best relationship, the best way about it, because you realize that it needs you as much as you need it. And that's something that I truly believe, with just the understanding of what I pray and ask about, that Jesus needs me just as much as I need him. And as much as I need him, he needs me even more, and I need him even more than anything else I could possibly need on this planet. And that's something to me that is just very, very powerful, because I realize that it's a relationship that goes back and forth. It's not just Jesus just given to me and he's good to go. In a way, he's good to go, but in a way, he also needs me to do something for him. Not any kind of work, but just do something. That I still question and ask what that something is, that I just stay busy and stay at it with what I'm doing, and stay at it with keeping on working on what I'm working on. But as much as I look at these animals here, especially these dogs, as much as they need me, they actually in reality don't need me. I've got 3 dogs out here that would be able to work without me. They'd be able to do without me. They'll be able to know how to figure out how to get their own food, their own water, be able to survive without me. There's a few out here that are that way. But being out there by yourself, being out there all alone, being out there trying to defend and trying to make it all happen, find your own food, find your own water, that's got to be very, very challenging. So they come to us, and then they bond with us, and they hang with us. And that's something for me to just realize that they start to have a way better life. And that's the concept that I just know that to really understand with Jesus, that can I go out there and do it all alone? Probably. Can I go out there and just make happen what I need to make happen and just don't be praying and don't be asking and don't be leaning towards him? Probably. But it's probably going to be a way that's going to be just more challenging and harder and more devastating in reality at the same time. Because there's some things out here that I don't know. I don't know. Some dangerous stuff out there. This is the same way I can say to the dogs, go out and be free and be wild. There's some stuff out there that they might think is cool, is good. But then in the end, they come to realize it's actually very, very devastating. It's dangerous. It's dangerous to the point that it can harm you, to the point that it can kill you. But I'm able to come in and intervene and say, actually, don't eat that because that's harmful. Don't drink that because that's going to mess your stomach up. Don't sleep there because something might try to come and get you in the middle of the night. Let me give you somewhere safe to be. And that's what I really, 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 truly in me come to realize and recognize and appreciate of what Jesus is. That he's given me a safe place to go. He's given me a nice, comforting place to be able to be. He's given me all the insight and understanding of knowing what's dangerous and what I should stay away from and what's harming me and what's damaging me and what's going to continue to keep on damaging me. You guys are being really good. Hey, Johnny, get out of there. Being really good. And it just really, really lets me see the difference of what this dog's life looks like once it started to understand. I want to trust in you. I want to believe in you. Because there was a day that she didn't. She was terrified of all people. Then me being me, I know she was probably even extra terrified of me because I'm just a little bit taller, a little bit louder, move really fast. My energy is really high all the time. So I just know that it was hard in the beginning. She didn't trust me. She didn't believe in me. She didn't understand me. She didn't get me. That's what I'm going to say is the exact same thing that Jesus in reality was for me. I didn't trust him. I didn't believe him. I didn't think it was real. I didn't think he could do anything for me. I was, in reality, sometimes scared. Scared of the understanding, scared of thinking, scared of wondering, scared of knowing, scared of even trying. And that's where this dog came in. And then I started to realize the more and more that we started to work together, the more and more we started to do stuff together, the more and more we started to get through some challenging things together, the more that we started to get away from that. And that's 100% what I understand of who Jesus is. So that's why for me, I really just question and wonder why certain things come to us, why certain dogs come to us. Why is it that you just have it in you that you have no choice but to have to take them in and have to work with them, have to play with them, have to raise them up, have to fix them, have to pay thousands of dollars of medical bills because it had a broken leg when you first met them, knowing that you could have just spent that $2,000 or $3,000 and got you a really nice, well-bred dog. But no, you got the one that you just found on the side of the road that looked mangled. It was trying to bite you. It was going crazy. But yet you took it in and paid all that money and started raising it up and started doing what you did with it. I don't know why, but that's just powerful to me. That's just powerful to me in such a way that it's such a blessing to be able to show you who you are as a person and what you're capable of doing and what you're able to do. And how you actually do look at something on this world that is hurting, that is damaged, that is destroyed. That you want to do everything in your power to fix it and help it. And at the same time, it's going to come to you and help fix and help you, give you what you need. So this is something in me that I don't know why I got to talk about my dogs today, but I just know that some of us have it in us that our dogs are nightmares. They're horrible. They're in my way. And you try to do everything you can to just push it out and push it to the side. Where I just want to say, maybe you need to spend a little more time with them. Maybe you need to figure out more of what they're trying to help you out with instead of what you're trying to help it out with. That is doing something to you, is bringing something to you. Because it's something that is just, I don't know, just past couple years, I've just had this revelation of knowing that I've been seeing crazy stuff out here with these dogs and with people that, to me, that's the push that's going on that is trying to help us and trying to guide us to be able to do. Oreo, all done. Oreo, get in your crate, man. Oreo, get in your crate. Because these dogs are doing something to be able to show us what truly does matter on this planet. Because a lot of these dogs are freaking out and going crazy, absolutely savage and absolutely wild. And it makes me think like, maybe we should spend more time of trying to get a better understanding of what's going on with you in your world and with everything with you. I gotta show you this. This little chick is so cute. Oh, he's running away now. Got a baby chick up here running up on us. But these dogs that are going crazy out here got me thinking like, are you the one that's actually going crazy inside? Are you the one that's struggling inside? Are you the one that is reactive inside, that you need help with, as opposed to thinking that it's your dog that needs the help? Maybe it's you that needs the help. And with that, I just want to say thank you for a very interesting day to be able to do something that I've never done before. I've never been so tired. I've never worked myself to the point of absolute, like I just can't even walk right now. I can't even stand right now. That's why I'm sitting down. And I'm so thankful to be able to have the opportunity to be able to do that, knowing that I'm doing it in a way of training as opposed to, this is one thing I'm very, very thankful for. I'm doing it in a way of training as opposed to it having to be because I don't have. And that's something that I don't know why. I really do think a lot about what it is that I can do. Me and my one little human being self, to make sure that the rest of the world is able to have at least what I have. That I don't have it all. I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the income. I don't have all the wealth. I don't have it all, but I got enough. And that little bit enough that I have, I really, I have it in me to keep on praying every day, keep on asking every day to figure out how to be able to make sure that everybody has what I have at minimum. At minimum. Being able to know that you're not eating today because you just don't want to. That you're tired today because you decided to be. Not because you have to be, because of what's going on in the world and uncertain circumstances that are going on with you. And I'm thankful to be able to be where I am, and always praying to keep asking. Hopefully I can stay in that, but at the same time knowing that it may not always be that way. And sometimes I feel like I'm working and training and doing what it is that I'm doing because that day may come. And when that day comes, I want to be ready and be prepared for it. And be able to have the energy still within me of knowing that you're tired, that you can still keep going. And how far can you really go? How far and how much can you really take and can you really handle? And I'm thankful to be able to keep on testing that. And that's something for me that if you have the luxury to be able to see me, I would hope that you're doing something to train yourself to be able to do more each day. Learn how to eat a little bit better and make something of your own to eat tonight. Start to figure out how to grow what it is that you really like eating. My favorite meal is a chicken dinner. So I've been figuring out how to be able to grow that chicken dinner. And my favorite veggie is a jalapeno. And I'm trying to figure out how to be able to make those as well now. And I have it in me to just want to, you can see me, do something like that. Get started with something like that. Because you're gonna need it. It's not gonna be a hobby. It's gonna be something that we need. Because the food is complicated. And the more that you have your own, the better off you're gonna be. And I just hope that you would start something. Start something small. Start something simple. Start something, even if it's just research, to figure out how to be able to take better care of yourself. Start getting out there and start walking. Start running. Start jogging. Start hiking. Start biking. Start rollerblading. Start skateboarding. Some things dangerous, but start doing something to start to get yourself in a better physical health. Start cutting out certain things in your diet to just, what's up, man? You so cute. I'll talk about you next. You good boy. Start changing some things in your diet to figure out how to be able to get a little bit healthier so you can get away from having people having to take care of you and having people having to do stuff for you and having to rely upon certain drugs and prescriptions out there that are keeping you alive just because it's based on something that you're not taking care of yourself with, that you can be taking care of yourself with. Something in me is just telling me to, let's get a little bit cleaner, a little bit healthier, a little bit more athletic, a little bit more understanding and caring of the things that are around you and why they're around you and the purpose for them to be around you. Start to self-reflect a little bit more with things like that. And just shut one TV show off today. Just to do that self-reflection. What it is that I should be working on. And one thing I would say is start praying a little bit more. And build that new habit of having a good prayer and a good prayer life so that you're going to be able to do all these things that you know that you should be working on. Just eating better, running better, walking better, biking better, taking care of the things that you already have. Start to take better care of what you have. I'm just so thankful to be able to keep doing that. And I hope that you would start figuring out how to be able to do that same thing, because it's an absolute blessing. Johnny? It's Johnny. He's a good boy. Thank you.